Hello, everybody. Oops, a little weirdo there. Hello, everybody. We're live from Minsk.
We're alive. Yes, we're in Minsk.
Duke's back.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, I'm back. We're both back in
Yeah.
Minsk, or in the studio anyway.
I was always in Minsk.
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, I'm trying to get something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back finally.
Yeah.
And how you been, Duke? Some glasses on.
Yeah. Wow. Not working at the moment. Here I was hoping to go to Europe, and the date is later than I expected. So it's like I need to go to Europe to get something and come back, and I need to get that out of the way before I can do anything here. So I'm sitting here in limbo, and anyway, put some videos on my YouTube channel anyway, so people can watch those if they want. Duke in Belarus, if you want to.
One word.
Huh?
One word.
Yeah, one word.
No spaces.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, whoops. Get this microphone ready. So we're back. We're live but we're off the air again.
Yeah.
From August 11th for August 11th, which is a Sunday, and then the Wednesday will be off because Duke's
Still
off to Europe, and then we'll be back probably the Sunday after.
So it'll just be a couple shows, right? Two shows.
Yeah. Sunday and Wednesday, and then hopefully this Wednesday we might have a studio guest who hasn't been in Minsk since the 90s.
Yeah, interesting.
So we're meeting him on Wednesday, and then hopefully he'll come from the show, and then that's that.
Yeah.
So there you go. How was it? I've been away for a month, really. Yeah, but anyway, I've obviously been.
It has been a month. Yeah, it seemed like a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
You missed all the good weather, but your weather was like what, 50 degrees or something?
It was averaging 45, but it said feels like 60.
Jeez, no, thank you.
It was like when you walk out, it was like no need to go to the sauna or the gym. Just walk outside.
Wow, you're sweating. It was really sweaty. I mean,
and humid. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but everywhere's air conditioned. So in fact,
inside,
it was so cold everywhere. I had to wear a hoodie inside. So I had to carry a hoodie with me everywhere, which really looked weird.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, let's do it.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for everybody for watching, and let's go. Please share, and let's get some more people.
Yeah.
Duke still wants more subscribers so he can
interview some of these hot ladies, Diane Panchenko,
and Maria
Zakharova. Yeah, and there's even some more, and I think, wow, these are interesting. I mean, Spitfire, pretty ladies or something like that. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
you can start.
I guess we should start off talking about this stuff going on. I don't know. It's difficult to, before when you start out, it was like between Gaza and Israel, and now it's like Gaza. I mean, it's like, yeah, Gaza and Lebanon and Iran against Israel and Yemen. So it is already escalating. So
it's the slippery slope to World War III.
Yeah, and everybody said, oh well, let's not escalate it, but it's already actually escalated. There's just like some exchanges going between all these countries. Iran's a little bit too far away, but as we all know,
it reminds me they started World War I. All this stuff happening, assassinations.
Yeah, very similar stuff. It was but it wasn't that many assassinations. Then it was the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, supposed to be the next ruler of Austria-Hungary at the time.
Is that the band?
Yeah,
Franz Ferdinand.
Is there a band, Franz Ferdinand?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. But anyway, yeah. But then this time it's Israel loves assassinations.
That joke went down like a lead balloon.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was.
Get into your pop culture, please.
Band. Yeah, but anyway, Israel, they've been into assassinating lots of people, not just the scientists before, Iranian nuclear scientists. They I remember they had some people on, maybe it was even Dubai where you were at. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, in the hotel where they went in the hotel and then
they acted like they were tennis players or something, and they assassinated. I don't even know who that was. They assassinated
someone.
But it was like,
it doesn't matter. They just assassinate anybody.
God, they do a lot, and they've always been doing. They love assassinations, and now they assassinated somebody from, what was it, Hezbollah person, and then
Hamas.
And then after that, it was in Iran in a complex.
One of the chief negotiators for the release of the hostages.
Yeah, well, it was one of the highest politicians of Palestine. It was Ismail Haniyeh, and I remember seeing him long for decades, and he was actually more of a moderate. He was a political leader of Hamas, nothing to do with any military really. And Hamas started off as an education thing, to further education. And actually, the political side was actually founded by Israel, and Hamas was even recently funded by Israel. So this is all some really weird stuff. But
yeah, well, they funded Hamas to be a
counterbalance against the PLO, which is now I guess the Fatah party with a boss in charge of that. But anyway, what was this? The New York Times is releasing that it wasn't a short-range missile, and that's been very strongly disproven. But I guess that's just for public consumption, like it always is. So everybody, like in the West, is supposed to say, "Oh, it was a bomb planted. It's been planted there." They even have a time and said, "Oh, it was planted for 2 months previously," and maybe as if they know that this guy was going to be staying there. Maybe he stays there whenever he goes there.
It was his residence.
I thought it was a residence, but I guess what it is, he doesn't own it, but he stays there apparently. Maybe every time he comes there. That's the way I understood it.
They tracked the Hezbollah guy with WhatsApp.
Yeah, with a WhatsApp.
They sent him a message so they knew where he was because it was spyware.
Yeah, but apparently,
when are these people going to learn not to use electronic communications?
Yeah, you'd think they.
Bin Laden learned that. He didn't use anything.
Yeah, you're right. That was even back then. But anyway, we're talking about this. I was thinking, oh, that sounds believable. That they planted a bomb because security-wise and all that sort of thing. But apparently, they have witnesses that heard the bomb coming. I mean, like in the nearby neighborhood, and I think maybe even somebody, either somebody or a camera, has it. It's either on camera or there was an eyewitness saying that they saw a missile coming. So in other words, that was just a plot. It's just like the Nord Stream. They made up that thing about these Ukrainians, and they had this
that's not true.
Yeah, with the SS Minnow, and this little teeny boat, and a little bit of with all that explosives, all that diving equipment, they all fit on that little boat, and they planted the bombs. Yeah, that was it was just a.
I'm shocked that's not real.
Yeah. They do it every time. There's so many stories, and you don't know which one to believe as far as the Kennedy assassination, even. But obviously it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. That's the only thing.
Again, you shocked me again.
Yeah. And he even said, there was no trial, and he even said, I think they were taking him to trial. And reporter.
No, they weren't taking him to trial. They were just moving him from the holding cell to somewhere else.
Yeah, it was somewhere more.
Jack Ruby.
Well, somebody asked. They asked him, and they have it on camera. They said, "Did you kill the president?" He said, "No, I didn't. I'm a patsy."
Yeah.
And I don't know how long after that they actually shot and killed him.
Yeah, because Jack Ruby obviously shot him, but Jack Ruby had cancer and all that, so that's why he was going to die. So they knew that.
Jeez, look at. I mean, it's.
I'm looking for a book. Hang on.
And I think even the assassination of John F. Kennedy, lo and behold, it also had something to do with Israel.
This is a great book on the assassination by John F. Kennedy.
Ah.
Final analysis.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And this one.
You're always surprising.
And this one is about the Zapruder film. Because the Zapruder film was changed as well.
Zapruder film? No, I don't know anything about that.
The film that took him where you see his head getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was changed?
Yeah, that was changed as well. There's a few frames that were changed. Yeah.
So why did they change that? I mean, because of the trajectory of the bullet or something?
Yeah, it's to show that it looked like it came from behind, but actually it didn't. And also a video came out, when was that? Last week? A new piece of video where before they get around the corner, you could see the Secret Service being told to stand down, and they were confused, like, what's going on?
He put his arms up in the air, like, what the heck?
Going on? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that part. I remember that even in the original footage a long time ago. But they have a lot of this stuff. They said somebody was in the drain, and
the grassy knoll.
Yeah, all kinds of things. So I tell you what, I'm not.
That Jesse Ventura, he tried to shoot from the window.
Where Oswald was supposed to be at?
Yeah, and he couldn't even do it. I mean, a lot of people can't do it.
Yeah.
Moving target pretty hard.
As a matter of fact, everybody, in my last video I put up, those that are interested, I was right, and I even say it in the video, I was right next to the house where Lee Harvey Oswald lived in Minsk. And I pointed out to you.
The,
So
the apartment.
yeah, well,
We can go there. We can go there.
I didn't. I didn't know. I don't even know which apartment where, but I just said the house that had the apartment, and I pointed out.
You know when you're looking at the you're looking at the building from the river.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's the furthest right, first floor, with the one with the balcony.
So it's on the corner. It's
really
right
nice.
above the beautiful entryway.
It's a really nice place.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
where he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was getting 2,500 rubles a month from the Red Cross, plus 2,500 rubles from the
Probably CIA.
from the Russian government as well.
Russian.
And you know why they put him in Minsk?
Mm.
Because they thought he was a CIA agent. And they want him as far away as possible from everything.
Oh,
that's why they put him there when he defected.
Yeah. Nah.
And then he met his wife in the at an English club where they used to go out on Friday nights, and everybody used to stand around speaking English. Learning English like a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he learned. That's
you know,
where
it's amazing because that's within 2 minutes from the linguistic university. So maybe it was. That's a matter of fact. That's where Steve, who used to be on this show, he went to school there.
Yeah, and Arena's uncle.
As a matter of fact, Andrew, who's been on the show, he even went to school there.
Yeah, and Arena's uncle, his wife, is KGB colonel. Lee Harvey's wife's uncle is KGB colonel.
Yeah, and in the video, I also show that right across the street is that communist meeting house that I forgot on what that was. Maybe it was one of the early ones in the 1800s where they made some, I don't know, party plans or whatever the deal is. And that's probably Lee Harvey Oswald could look out his window and see it right down below. So, yeah. But anyway.
But we can go to the flat. You just got to ask the owner and they'll take you there.
Up into the apartment?
Yeah. Yeah, it's empty. It's just there.
Empty?
Yeah, how it was, yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, you can go and visit it.
Wow. I never knew that.
And the apartment was fully wired with cameras and everything, everywhere.
And he didn't know it, or he didn't
know, because they were watching him really closely.
Huh.
They thought he was a CIA agent.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, back then, to have little cameras would have been. They had to be. Well, they were probably bigger cameras. They had to hide them a lot better.
Yeah, well, they probably had the apartments next door and above them and all that sort of thing.
Huh.
And microphones everywhere.
Wow.
Anyway, bit of history.
Yeah. So where were we?
Where were we? We were going. I don't know where we started.
We were talking about assassinations in Israel.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
We digressed.
Well, they had something even to do, obviously, with the Kennedy thing because, Kennedy was pressuring them. I think at that time about nuclear. They were building a nuclear plant. The nuclear reactor at that time, right? And Kennedy wanted access to. Said you guys are building or maybe it was making nuclear bombs. Anyway, it was something to do with the nuke stuff. And Israel, they didn't like Kennedy either. So, you have to look in the history of that. I'm not. I'm unclear on that.
You know why the U.S. doesn't say that Israel's got nuclear weapons?
Because something about the nuclear non-proliferation treaty.
Because if they have, then by U.S. law, they're not allowed to give them any weapons.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So they play like they don't. Yeah. And Israel never denies it, but they never. Yeah. Anyway, okay. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that there was no bomb planted there, and it was a missile. So, and Iran is not going to take the bait on that. Just like Russia's not going to take the bait that it was some Ukrainians that put the bomb on the pipeline. And Russia knows fully well who did it. And isn't that strange? Didn't we play some? No, that was Orban saying it was the last show we did. And Orban is on there and saying, well, why doesn't Germany know? Isn't that strange that nobody wants to do an investigation? And I remember Scott Ritter was saying, you can go to the ocean floor where those bombs went off, that blew up the pipeline. You can find little particles, and you can find out exactly who made those bombs, where it comes from. And
wasn't there one that didn't go off?
I was thinking that was a bomb that didn't go off because one branch of the Nord Stream pipeline 2 has never been operated. It's probably still filled with gas right now.
Yeah. Well, and, they said they could just switch it on and off.
Yeah, Germany can just switch it on and all of a sudden get gas. But I don't know. They're playing some sort of a game still. And
everybody thinks that they've got something on Schultz.
Yeah. Well, I started saying that a long time ago that he's compromised in some way because nobody would be so anti-German. No leader of Germany would be so anti-German.
What do you think it is? Little boys or?
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be something. And I think there's a lot of leaders. When I was in Army intelligence at time, and I remember there's a lot of time when they want to find somebody, that has some access to some information or whatever like that, and they have some kind of a weakness, like they're like sex with women or sex with little boys or gay or even a weakness for money or anything like that. Like if you see there's a leader also here in Europe whose country is at war, and he has a very big weakness for lots of money. So he's getting showered and he's stealing lots of money from his own people, from the U.S. government and everything.
Are you talking about the comedian?
Yeah, yeah. And he's got billions of dollars, and so he just has to continue doing what the U.S. wants, and otherwise, the U.S. can say, well, we can say where you got that money and blah blah. I don't know, but
Do you think they'll take it back after all this is finished?
that's going to be a real question, isn't it? I was always wondering about that myself.
Because in the UK, for example, they've got the National Crime Authority, where you've got to prove where your money came from if you bought your property and all that, and they can just seize it. They've done it before, so they're letting them just buy all this assets and that in the West, and then they'll just get it back afterwards.
Yeah, because I tell you what, if they knock him off, you can't take it with you. And some of the stuff is in the name of his wife. That big casino, I think, is in Cyprus.
Yeah, and the company, isn't it? The media company's got it.
Yeah. Oh, she owns the company. The company bought it, and she is the sole owner of the company. In other words, so they're
she's doing well.
Well, how they do it, they try to have a proxy of a proxy. That's how they do it with the spies and things like that. You get somebody. Say if you're CIA, you get somebody who's not CIA, and and they get maybe somebody else, and then that person approaches your goal, your person. And so the person can never say that they're an asset of the CIA, because it's a proxy of a proxy. Israel does that too, and I remember they did that in intelligence when I was in the Army as well. So and I had a teacher once.
That's an oxymoron.
A German.
Intelligence.
Yeah. I had a German teacher, and she was translating things, and it started taking on more and more of a flavor of military things. So, and all of a sudden, she was translating a whole bunch of military things for the United States, and then she realized she was working for the CIA. But started out light, and then of course they gradually move you into the things like that. It's just like everything. Like that's how you start to get to manipulate somebody, is you start out really small and something that seems harmless, and then you go into something, anyway.
And they got you by the balls.
Yeah. So where were we at? Okay.
Even the women now have got balls.
Yeah. We'll get into that too.
Okay.
The
Olympic women.
New York Times. I think they're the one that started. Like I said, I think I mentioned that already. They started all this stuff, or maybe the U.S. intelligence agencies through the New York Times are trying to put out, oh, it was a bomb planted in the place, but it's mostly just to fool the public, because Iran is not taking it. They already know how that all happened. And we should have played that at the very beginning, even number one, the Israeli TV anchor. And this was, I'll tell you what, this happened. This TV anchor comes on, and what you're going to be watching, I think this was just some days after this this thing on October 7th last year. This was before any of this stuff. I think even before Israel sent troops into Gaza. There was no military activity at all yet, except for this lie, and actually Israel killed their own people, but anyway.
Play now?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. This guy's a big TV presenter, so when you get the audio from Israel, maybe you can make that bigger even. He's talking about what... See, at that time they thought it was 1,300 people, and found out it wasn't. What he's saying is they're going to be killing all kinds of people from all kinds of countries, and exactly what they're doing. Lebanon, Iran, maybe the U.S., the entire world, he said. And this guy's popular.
תעשו פרי פלסטיין, תעשו את כל המסכנות שלכם, ואנחנו נבוא להשמיד אתכם.
We will destroy you, anybody. People protesting for Palestine in America even. They want to kill everybody. Isn't that incredible? Talk about an ultra-Zionist. And this guy's popular. I think Channel 14 in Israel. Shea Golden, I think his name is. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. And he says they want to go killing. And then there's a lot of Israelis like that. They want to go kill all the Muslims everywhere. Even the Christians, the Muslims and the Christians, because they hate Christians too. And anybody that's against Israel, even if you're a Jew, they want to kill them as well. You know, and it used to be they wouldn't really kill a Jew, and they say, oh, the fingernail of a Jew is worth more than 10 lives of a goy, which is what we are. Huh?
Did they say that?
Something like that. I don't know how many lives, 3 lives or whatever, but their fingernail is worth more than the lives of the multiple goy or something like that. And yeah, then they go around and they kill their own people, like what they did on October 7th there. You know, most of those Israelis that were killed by the IDF, not by
Well, they killed the chief negotiator on Hamas while they're trying to get their hostages back.
Yeah, and that guy,
They don't care.
yeah, this same guy, this Ismail Haniyeh, his kids, his sons were all killed since that time by Israel. They killed all of his sons. And he said he's still not going to let that interfere with the negotiations. So he said, like, basically, I'm going to ignore that, even if you're killing my family, and we'll still do the. So in other words, this guy's an ultra moderate, and he's doing the negotiations, and they're very close. That's very key. They're very close, and they killed him. You know why? Apparently, so many people, so many experts are saying they don't want this to stop. Netanyahu, he wants this to continue. Because I guess if Israel's not at war, then he has to stand trial for all this corruption stuff, and then he will be removed. And and the way it is right now, he doesn't even have to hold elections. So he can just continue.
Sounds like the Zelensky.
Yeah, it's very similar. Both
Also, we need a Guaido. What's her name again?
Tikhanovskaya, Svetlana Tikhanovskaya.
Yeah, she decided today. What was the thing?
Oh yeah.
Hang on, I'll get the thing. Hang on.
Yeah.
She said today that.
That's some crazy stuff too.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That she's the eternal leader, basically. Or
yeah, it says
permanent.
here. Give me a second. Finding it. Yeah, she's like become a dictator, complaining about.
Yeah, like permanent leader of Belarus.
Yeah, here we go. Appointed herself permanent national leader. There you go.
And she got a fake cabinet too.
Yeah, fake cabinet. And
she calls that, I think, the what, transitional government?
United Transitional Cabinet, and the Coordination Council. But the Coordination Council apparently is now fighting with them. So it's all about money, of course. But now there's no election. She's the dictator of the opposition.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, those countries, Baltic countries and Poland, they're really thirsty to overthrow Lukashenko.
Yeah, for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's
That's because he keeps invading their countries.
Yeah.
We're only joking. He's never invaded a country.
Yeah, it's like he should get the peace prize out of any leader in Europe. It should be Lukashenko. He's never participated in any wars. He's never invaded anybody, and he comes across, you look at Lukashenko, he doesn't look very friendly, a lot of time he's not laughing and smiling all the time like Obama and all that. But what is it? Know them by their fruits, Jesus said. And if you try to look at Lukashenko's record, and it's like, what did he do wrong?
Even when he went to COP23 or whatever it was, the environmental
climate thing. Yeah.
He was talking about no more wars because that's the biggest
he's
problem,
like
pollution.
Yeah, and it's like, but I'll tell you what, you can tell that he doesn't give a crap about any kind of awards or anything like that. He cares about his job of leading this country, and he doesn't even care, if people are going to be, swearing at him or anything like that. And he just wants to do his job and to do it the best. I mean, this guy is driven by being a great leader. It's incredible. I mean, in Belarus doesn't have any resources really. They don't have a seaport or nothing. And then most of their population was devastated from World War II, more than any country in all of Europe or any in the world. More people died More of the population of Belarus died than any country in the world in World War II. And then most of their scientists were taken by the Nazis during the Nazi time, and after the war, then a lot of them went over to the West. So you had to rebuild, I mean, your whole entire society as well as the country, and 200 villages were wiped out, all of the people killed.
Nearly,
I mean, you got to,
nearly 3 million.
yeah, this was some real, I mean, I'll tell you what, Belarus had it much, much more. And then his deal, as you listen to Lukashenko, if you want to, start looking, what are his the key ingredients to things that he finds important as far as running the country. And number one is stability. He wants stability. He doesn't want any wars. He just, and he wants no big changes. He's actually very, very, very conservative, and obviously what they have to work on here is, mainly is, trying to catch up wage-wise to like Russia or something like that, which is not, because Russia's wages are going up more and more too. Russia's becoming a much wealthier country, but Russia has some of the most, almost the most resources of any country in the world.
Today's news, it's got the lowest unemployment of the G20.
Yeah, and it's like their per capita
for producing things.
Per capita debt is like per person. And what I'm saying is, to pay off the national debt, I think it's very low. I think it's less than $2,000 in U.S. dollars, and in America, it's over $104,000 per person.
Yeah, but the U.S. can print that $1 trillion coin and pay the debt off.
Yeah,
that's what they want to do.
Yeah, jeez, makes you wonder how's that going to work, Anyway, but where were you? We get off on these tangents. Yeah. Anyway, we showed this guy, and you can find out more about what's going on. You listen to history and what happened before the U.S. destroyed Iraq. When you're starting to look now, what's going to happen with Iran? And the United States is sending, 16 more warships and 15 Apache helicopters to the Al-Tam military base in Syria. They have, I think, 3 military bases, and then they have terrorist bases. The United States runs terrorist bases also in Syria, in that section, which is 1/3 of Syria, which the U.S. controls, which is the richest part of Syria. And they've admitted that. They said they control the richest part. The rest of it is rubble. And there's practically no resources. So really, really difficult. So the U.S. took the best 1/3, and the United States, even the State Department people, they come out and say, we own that. That is U.S. territory. That is our territory. They say about that part of Syria. They're sucking the oil out of there and trading it, as everybody knows. And so anyway, it's a very bad occupation. People don't really talk about that. But anyway, they're building up the military there, and they're sending lots of ships throughout the entire region. And, there's even a big general. We'll show him in a minute here. But Erdogan said, he's getting pissed off about all these people getting killed, especially children. And he says, well, maybe I think we might want to get involved in this. And some high official said, you're going to suffer the same fate as Saddam Hussein then. As we all know, the radicals in Iraq, they hung him. They hung Saddam Hussein.
What? He was hung?
I think he was hung, right?
I'm joking.
A different kind of hung. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I'm being a dick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It took me a second to catch it.
Dick. Hey, Indy, how you going? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Oh, not yet, Indy. We have to finish all this other news.
Yeah, hang on.
And we're going too slow.
And also we can't hear you, but it may be me.
Okay. But there's another video. You can play that.
That was me.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Okay, so next video, we just got to go to another screen, so you can just hang on for a sec, will you? Thanks.
Yeah, listen to what happened. Listen to what happened 2002. Listen to Netanyahu.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
There.
There is no question
Listen to him.
whatsoever
None.
that Saddam is seeking and is working and is advancing towards the development of nuclear weapons. No question whatsoever. And there is no question that once he acquires it, history shifts immediately. There is no question that he had not given up on his nuclear program, not whatsoever.
He can sell life insurance.
There is
Listen
also
to
no
him.
question that he was not satisfied
No
with
question.
the arsenal of chemical and biological weapons that he had, and was trying to perfect them constantly. Saddam
Which turned out to be untrue.
is hell-bent on achieving atomic bombs atomic capabilities as soon as he can.
In this September 2002 congressional hearing, Netanyahu openly called for war on Iraq and insisted that a U.S. military invasion would be hugely beneficial for the entire Middle East.
If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region.
And it did.
And I think that people sitting right next door in Iran, young people, and many others will say, the time of such regimes and such despots is gone. There is a new age, something new is happening.
In reality, the catastrophic and illegal U.S.-led war and occupation
really
in
did
Iraq
change things.
set the region ablaze, destabilizing numerous countries, leading to the deaths of more than 1 million people, fueling extremist Salafi jihadist groups like Al-Qaeda, and eventually giving birth to ISIS. But Netanyahu was an absolutist. He declared that there was no other option but to dismantle the government in Baghdad.
2 decades ago, it was possible to thwart Saddam's nuclear ambitions by bombing a single installation. But today, nothing less than dismantling his regime will do.
Bombing all of it.
Because Saddam's nuclear program has fundamentally changed in those 2 decades. He no longer needs one large reactor to produce the deadly material necessary for atomic bombs. He can produce it in centrifuges the size of washing machines that can be hidden throughout the country.
Can we get the microchips for Russia for them?
Iraq is a very big country.
Yet Netanyahu's lies didn't stop there. Wow. He also said the same of Iran and Libya.
The 2 nations that are vying, competing with each other, who will be the first to achieve nuclear weapons, is Iraq and Iran. And Iran, by the way, is also outpacing Iraq in the development of ballistic missile systems that they hope will reach the eastern seaboard of the United States within 15 years. Now the question is, what's your next step? Knowing that 3 of these nations are developing nuclear weapons.
Your next step, United States.
This is not a hypothesis. It is fact. Iraq, Iran, and Libya are racing to develop nuclear weapons.
Gosh, can you imagine? Look at this crap. And he's still pulling this stuff off right now. I mean, just fast forward to just what, last week with the what was it, 58 standing ovations? You know, it's incredible. And I think they're taking it hook, line, and sinker more now than they were even back then. It's just incredible. I mean, he's been saying that Iran is 2 months away from a nuclear bomb since what was a 19. I think we play that in that show. Because I think I found it.
I thought he says it every 6 months or so.
Yeah, he used to say it. He's been saying it since 1984. It's George Orwell year, and that's how I remember that. So 1984, Iran's 2 months away from a new. No, I think back then he was saying it was 2 weeks. Jeez, and there's no end to that stuff. So what else do we have here?
They should have lots of them by now.
Yeah. Jeez.
But you know, there's a fatwa that they're not allowed to produce them. Un-Islamic, so that's why they haven't.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the Supreme Leader said it's un-Islamic, so no nuclear weapons.
I know they're not trying to produce one, and they keep saying that, and there's no evidence, you know. And yes, it's incredible that they keep on going with that. And we also have that other video. This is you can take this in context with it as well. And the next one with Wesley Clark back from 2007.
Good old General Wesley, I never tell a lie, Clark.
Yeah. Well, I think this time he's not lying, right?
Yeah, it's before he became a shill.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm just getting it.
I think he was a 4-star general, but I can't remember for sure if he was like chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff or.
No, he wasn't Joint Chief. He was in charge of Afghanistan. Remember? Told lies then as well. Here we go.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?"
10 days after the 9/11 attack.
"I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just
You
made
know
the
why,
decision
right?
to go to
Project
war
for a
with
New
Iraq.
American Century.
He
They
said,
were
I guess
enemies
it's
anyway.
like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
And the only one left is Iran on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what he's talking about says, I don't know, we don't know why anything else to do. I guess they're bored to attack. But it's a project for a new American century, and maybe he didn't know about it at that time. I'm trying to remember when that was released, and that was written by Paul Wolfowitz, and I've even met people that signed on to that. As a matter of fact, Dick Cheney signed on to it. There's a Navy SEALs, former Navy SEALs. He was an assistant secretary of defense that I met him as well. And anyway, but it's there's a section in Project for a New American Century, which was a think tank, and it's called Rebuilding America's Defenses. And what it is, they said they needed an attack on America in order to justify a counterattack from America into these Islamic oil-rich countries so that the United States can get control of the oil in those areas. And so that's what happened with 9/11, and then of course the U.S. went into Afghanistan, where they have some other resources that the U.S. wants, of course. But anyway, from there, strangely enough, they went into Iraq. That's why he says, I don't know, But the whole idea was to do that, and then get these other countries, and then start to control the oil. And obviously enough, that's what's going on right now. And you can also even add Venezuela to that. They just had that, the U.S. wants to control the energy, and
Venezuela's got the biggest oil reserves in the world.
Yeah,
and the biggest gold deposits in South America.
I knew they had a lot of gold. They have aluminum. I think they have copper, and
lots of stuff.
Well, what they say is Venezuela is the most resource-rich country on earth. I mean,
well, Russia is.
Well, Russia is huge, and Russia has lots of resources as well. But
the size you're talking about.
Huh?
For the size.
Well, I was always thinking for size, but then I'm reading this thing just some days ago, and it's like, because I had heard this stuff before, and I was always thinking, oh, according to its size. But then they started mentioning what you just said. They have more oil, of course, than Russia, more oil than Saudi Arabia. But then again, I've heard other predictions too, that the Golan Heights has lots of mineral wealth as well,
and gas.
And that's one main reason why the United States was going after Syria, because they want that pipeline from the Golan Heights and to pipe it in into Europe. And Russia didn't like that because then of course they're going to lose a lot of their money and customers because of they're selling all this oil and gas to Europe. So that's why a lot of people theorize that's why Russia entered the war, to fight ISIS, which was actually just a proxy of the United States. Everybody should know that by now. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, you were kidding.
I'm being the surprise person tonight.
Yeah.
Everything you told me.
Yeah, but for those people that don't know what's going on, and everybody acts like, oh, ISIS, oh, wow, terrible. But ISIS is a U.S. creation, just like Al Qaeda, and it's very strange. Al Qaeda or ISIS was growing in leaps and bounds while the United States was supposedly bombing them before Russia got in, and they were taking over more and more. They had a huge, most of Syria, and then Russia entered, and then within a month they were heavily, reduced, and everybody was thinking that just a few months and Russia's going to have ISIS completely defeated. And you are hearing reports out of Syria, saying that the U.S. was bombing all these places and said that ISIS was there, but there was no ISIS. And they said ISIS had left weeks before that, but yet there were factories, and U.S. was bombing all the Syrian factories and things to, kill their industrial output, all kinds of things like that. But there was a company called Genie Oil, which also Dick Cheney is involved in that. I mentioned it before, and the Rothschild, it was Jacob Rothschild, I believe he's deceased now, and they got the mineral rights, Genie Oil, with all these people that are on the board, Dick Cheney and all that, to the Golan Heights. And like I said, there's supposed to be more mineral wealth, including gas. I think it was gas there than there is in any country over there. And there's another thing they say that there's more, I think, oil and gas underneath Port-au-Prince in Haiti. We talked about that last show, you know, and that's why the United States was in there very, very fast. And Venezuela was going there, and they kicked Venezuela out. You know, Venezuela practically never even got a toe in there, and they kicked them out. And you know, and so Venezuela was not allowed to help the Haitian people at all. And Israel was there, but they were doing medical stuff.
Yeah, they were stealing kids.
Yeah, stealing organs and things like that. And so anyway, that's more history stuff. Here we go off on these tangents. I do this all the time. But
No, really?
yes. Oh, and you know who reposted this? What we just saw?
Who?
You can't even believe it. What we just saw, this
Juanita
Wesley
Garland?
Clark.
No.
The Wesley Clark video?
Yeah.
WikiLeaks.
Hmm.
They reposted that. What we just saw, that was from WikiLeaks. And what happened with WikiLeaks just recently? Oh, maybe some guy just got out of jail. So I wonder if they're going to be making a resurgence right now. You never know. But also part of this thing that's going on in the Middle East, there was a guy, and he was sent there, and I believe he's going to be maybe operating maybe out of Jordan, but he was sent to the United States, a very high general, Special Forces, Army Ranger Airborne, and we have a picture of him.
This guy.
Yeah. He is going to be operating. He's supposed to be getting a coalition together of a lot of, you know, probably Jordan will join. Maybe that's why he's going, you know, to Jordan. And to get all these countries, and it's going, they're suspecting a big war is going to be going on. And it's going to be, obviously on one side, it's going to be Iran and Yemen, and you never know. And he's supposed to put a coalition together to fight against it, which is going to be obviously Israel, the United States, and so.
And Russia said,
Wow.
We have a security cooperation agreement with Iran, and if America does anything stupid in targeting Iran, we will immediately give a strong and inevitable response to defend our partners.
Yeah. And then there's a loose cannon, the same old loose cannon. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Which one?
Yeah.
Which loose cannon?
Yeah, Erdogan.
Oh yeah.
So
He's full of shit.
yeah, you know, but
He can just cut
Yeah.
off the oil to Israel. He doesn't do that.
yeah, and look at, he's talking about, oh, we might enter in there, and yeah, he's his own media company. He's public consumption. He's probably, if he joins, he's going to probably go against the, what do they call it, the axis of resistance, which is those countries I named, Iran and
but the problem is he's playing to
Palestine.
his population, and they want action
Yeah.
against Israel.
yeah. I tell you what,
So he can't help the others.
yeah, you're right. So he might have the luxury of being neutral and staying out of
He
it
should
completely.
join. He's been trying to do the EU for 20 years, and they won't let him. So he might as well
Mhm.
just join BRICS.
He should, you know, and he's, you know, believe it or not, he's selling ships, battleships and things to Ukraine, and he's building
And drones.
yeah, and drones, and it's like, and he's and people say he's a friend of Russia, and so nobody knows what he's going to do. Like I said, he's totally unpredictable. But anyway, this guy, this not guerrilla, but Kurila, Lieutenant General, Airborne Army Ranger Special Forces.
His surname, where's that from?
Hmm?
His surname, where is that from?
You mean Kurila?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kurila. That sounds. It's, you know what? It sounds like it's kind of Scandinavian or something, like Latvian or whatever, huh?
Or Eastern European.
Yeah, Kurila.
Anyway.
But it's supposed to be to protect Israel, and as we all heard, you know, everybody's saying, "Oh, Joe Biden said that he's not going to protect Israel," and you know, this sort of deal. If Israel does such and such, and then you had Lloyd Austin coming out and said that they will protect Israel. So, you know, Joe Biden, I don't know, maybe he's just mixed up again. And you know, but this guy, this is like a repeat of what happened in the Gulf War. So instead of this guy, replace the name Schwarzkopf. You know, there was a General Schwarzkopf, remember? And he was in Kuwait. And what was happening, the whole thing about the war in Iraq is, you know, why Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait is because then they introduced slant oil drilling, and Kuwait
Stealing oil.
yeah, they were stealing Iraq's oil. So they had these things right on the border, and they slanted it into Iraq, and they were pumping out, which was one of the richest oil fields. They're pumping out, stealing Iraq's oil, and under the protection of the United States. So, and when Saddam Hussein, I think there was some sort of he talked to some ambassador and said, "Oh, what would you guys do if I did something, or some military operation or something against Kuwait?" And I think Schwarzkopf, I think it was the one that was asked, and he said, "Well, we would stand down and we would not get involved." And of course, that didn't happen. So they baited him. They baited Saddam Hussein. And yeah, you can talk more about Project for a New American Century, Rebuilding America's Defenses on that one. The author of which was, I think, Daniel Pearl and Paul Wolfowitz, which Wesley Clark just mentioned them. Yes, so, and I was in the Army at that time, so I know the Desert Storm days. But let's move to Europe. And so we have a photo, I think, of Polish soldiers. So we can show them. And I was going to talk about Poland anyway. And they're amassing. You have number 5? No?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's not. Oh, there it is. Looks like one guy's got 2 horns on his head, but it's 2 soldiers, one behind the other. But anyway, these guys, as we all know, like just a little over a week ago, there was Ukrainian soldiers amassed on the northern border, which is the southern border of Belarus. And then they withdrew them. Obviously they're having manpower problems there. And so Belarus withdrew their soldiers because they were only there as a, in case Ukraine wanted to cross the border. And then just days after that, Poland announced that they're going to be drastically increasing the amount of soldiers on Belarus's western border. So that's what they're doing. And by now, I think Poland is the 3rd biggest military in NATO. They used to be down the list quite a ways, and Germany was ahead of them. But now it's United States obviously is the biggest. Turkey is second.
Didn't they start World War II?
Who, Poland? Yeah. And, oh, you mean no, World War II? Who was that? Anyway. Anyhow.
No, it wasn't him.
Who?
No.
Wasn't who?
It wasn't that man.
That man.
It wasn't that man.
Well, anyway, I don't know. Provocations, I guess. Everybody gets to say, who maybe started or provoked it.
The Treaty of Versailles started it after World War I.
Well, in truth, yeah. In truth. That's when even, who was that economist? He was actually an accountant for a school. John Maynard Keynes, yeah.
This book, come up with another book. This one. Oops, Churchill, Hitler, and the Necessary War.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to read. That's one I want to read about the start of World War I.
Yeah, well, a good one is even B.H. Liddell Hart, a British historian. I think it's just called The History of World War II. And it talks a lot about that too, and it talks about the mispredictions of Churchill all the time.
Well, look what he did in World War I with Gallipoli. He got all those Australians and everybody killed.
Yeah, Churchill, and then they make him out to be some big hero, and then they're calling Zelensky, Ukraine's Churchill.
No, like Boris. Boris thinks he's Churchill.
Oh,
gosh. It was almost he's got everybody killed.
Yeah, maybe true. So, yeah. Anyway, so you never know what the heck Poland is doing. Maybe they're just covering the flanks or something like that, and in case Russia and Belarus wanted to invade from the north, so they have a threatening force. I'm just thinking that's about what that's all about. But Poland has said they want to take over. Everybody talks about, they want the western part of Ukraine, but they also want the western part of Belarus. I think they want the entire oblast, which is like a state of Brest, and maybe they want even Grodno.
Yeah, because Grodno used to be a Polish city.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if they want the entirety of Grodno, because at one point these things, that part belonged to Lithuania as well.
Oh, the Lithuanian Grand Republic, or whatever it's called, or whatever it was called, yeah.
Yeah, but even a lot of time, you can even go back in history, and those parts belong to Belarus.
Exactly.
In a different part of history. Exactly. So the border keeps changing so many times. And how many times has the city of Brest been the beginning of a war.
Hmm.
It's incredible. That's been attacked many times, and last one I guess was what's that general? I don't even now. I forgot his name. Guderian. Yeah, Guderian. And Guderian is actually the main general that led the charge into France.
I think
Which is
this
like those
I think,
armored division.
Yeah, I think this month they've got a big celebration or memorial, whatever you want to call it, down in Brest.
Oh no, that was in. They had one on 22nd of June.
No, this is for kicking them out.
Oh, for the
80th year.
the other side, not the
80th year of liberation.
Yeah, oh, that could be that.
We should go down.
I'm trying to think of if I remember what day that is. Yeah, if we are free, we can maybe do that. Yeah. So anyway, Poland, they sending a lot of troops. They want to build a big fence or big wall, and then set up a buffer zone. And Lithuania and them are already doing stuff like that. And then, you know,
Need to get Trump over, build a wall.
yeah, get Trump. Trump will make it. It'll be a great wall with these hands. And so I think there's an exercise that just started on the 1st of August, and it's 17,000 Polish troops on the border of Belarus. So, you know, it's making Russia and Belarus a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
So
These guys haven't got magazines in their guns.
yeah, well, that's probably this training exercise that I just now mentioned. Got around to mentioning. What are those M16?
No.
Looks like I can't see that. Close.
Anybody in the chat know what the weapons are?
No, those are different stock. So
Yes, the whole thing's different.
yeah, who knows? I think those. Matter of fact, they might even be Russian. I don't look the.
I don't think they'd be all using Russian.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. Definitely, but it looks sort of like that. So anyhow, if you live in that part of Belarus, believe it or not, Poland gives you free passports, Polish passports. You know, I mean, if you're a Belarusian resident living
Okay,
over
the
there.
gun could be a Polish-made Escalate BOR or a Finnish Sako TRG-21 or TRG-22. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, but one reason I think why Poland is getting so hostile, I think it's because they want to please the master, the U.S. master overseas, just like the Baltic states. You know, the master. We'll do anything for massa. Massa, please pet my hair, massa. And oh, did you see that video? I think maybe you posted it on your site.
Which one?
It was Kaya Kallas. What was she saying? Why do we want to talk to Putin? He's a war criminal.
And she's the major diplomat for the EU.
Yeah, that's incredible. Is she taking over Borrell's place, right?
Mm-hmm.
My God.
So she's the major diplomat but doesn't want to talk to
Yeah, the foreign, what is it? The
foreign minister.
foreign minister of the European, and then she doesn't want to talk. I mean, these guys, I think it was George Bush that started saying, we don't like you, we're not going to talk to you. I think he started all this stuff of not talking, and everybody's now, it's perpetuated since that time.
Nah, I'm not talking to you. It's a bunch of high school kids, aren't they?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
She's a mean girl.
But since it's not a coincidence that these countries are all like on Belarus, because the United States has been trying to set up some sort of a zone from all the way from the Baltic all the way down to the Black Sea. So this entire region from, and of course Belarus is included. And you know, if you take Belarus and Ukraine, you have it. You have the entire section from the Baltic Sea all the way down to the Black Sea. And if the United States controls that, it's like Russia is drastically pushed back. So it's not that they still don't have ports, because there is the Novorossiya down in the Black Sea, and then of course St. Petersburg in the Baltic Sea. So
Yeah, they're thinking about trying to cut the Baltic Sea off to them. That'll start a war.
yeah. Oh, you mean by Turkey, by the...
No, the Baltic.
Oh, the Baltic. Yeah, you're right. Even there's an island. I think it was...
Yeah, which is supposed to be non-military and all that. They're going to start.
Yeah, and they're putting military there. And there's a huge treaty. You're not allowed to put military on this island, and now they're doing it. And yeah, they're trying to shut Russia out of the Baltic. You're right. I remember hearing about that. Jeez.
They're going to make it a NATO lake.
Yeah, Norway, they're getting really, really hostile. It's incredible. And it's like, what the heck? Why is Norway doing it? part of that, of course, goes their country switches gets. I think do they border at the very very far northern part? Do they border Russia? I think.
That's the Arctic, so
Yeah,
so
in the
area.
Arctic, in the Arctic area.
No, they don't border it. They're just like across the ice.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't know if they border it at
No,
all
it's Finland.
by land. Well,
And
Finland,
since-
obviously Finland
And
does.
since Finland cut off their trade with them and cut the border, they've got the most debt now in the EU or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
they're really,
What I meant by
Effed
Norway is because their country swings out and it goes over the top of Sweden and Finland, and I think
oh,
it's
maybe.
yeah, it's a big north. There's a part in the north like that.
I will look.
Yeah, and it's like it's that's why there's this dispute about the Arctic, and that's getting a little bit bigger and bigger. And the United States, I think, is trying to claim huge swaths of the Arctic now. I think the Arctic floor, the shelf. So that's this is I don't know. They just keep pushing and pushing Russia, pushing and pushing, trying to find more and more provocations. But
Yes, there is. There is a border with Russia.
oh, okay, yeah, because it stretches over there.
Mm.
And it makes you wonder, why would Norway? Yeah, I think for that reason right there, that's why they're getting really hostile, anti-Russian, because they don't otherwise they don't border Russia, and they could just say what the heck, why would we care? Anyway, all these are puppets anyway. And yeah, Ukraine mobilization. So we have like 3 videos, little short ones of mobilization.
Oh yeah, it's near Murmansk up the top.
Oh yeah, and that's I think where Belarus is going to have a port.
Yeah, see there.
So Belarus has made
That's right.
agreements with Russia, and I think Belarusian port is going to be in Murmansk because they're cut off from Klaipeda, which is part of Latvia, and Belarus used to use that as a port, and they had an area there where and getting containers and stuff. But obviously now with all this stuff,
Well, Murmansk was when the Allies, let's include the Soviet Union, that's how they shipped stuff to the Soviet Union from the UK and America
oh,
during World War II.
okay. But I'm thinking there was some offers to Lukashenko, and I think he was asking his government, which one should we take? We can get a little part of a port in probably much smaller in St. Petersburg or Murmansk. I think, I'm not positive, but I think they went for Murmansk. So even though it's a lot further away from Belarus. So yeah, now we can go to Ukraine and show the mobilization. We got just 3 videos. It's
Number one.
yeah, because that's probably why they took those troops from the border of Belarus, because they need a lot more.
Can you explain to me what's happening here?
Oh, well, what they said is this: they want. They don't know, but anyway, they're trying to mobilize this guy. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, oh watch this, yeah, wow, that's cool." I mean, I'll tell you what; these are cowardly guys snapping people to certain death, and even if this guy come and attack them from behind, just to knock them down, oh, cheers for that guy. Oh, they were saying no, they need a F-16 pilot. That's why they were trying to take that guy, but that's just a joke. Oh, that was a joke, obviously, whoever posted the video.
Here's another one.
Oh, this is against the woman. Look at the woman. She's half his weight and his size. Want to take her husband. Oh, look at her, man. She's not. Oh, she gave her phone to her girlfriend. Look at he threw her on the ground. Look at this guy. Look, he grabs her. Look at pulling her by the hair, man. Look at that. She's a Spitfire, huh? A little. Wow, hits her in the face. Incredible. Look at... Oh, I think that was a real bad cuss word in Russian. Police! I think sometimes the police are actually on the side of the people, and not always the recruiters.
Maybe this guy should go in the Olympics and become a female boxer.
A boxer, yeah. Yeah, we'll show some of them, I think. Jeez, incredible. Some little girl like that, incredible. And chasing her around. And then the next one is, let's see if I remember what happened in that next mobilization video. Oh, yeah, somebody calls the ambulance, and look who comes. The recruiters come. They try to take the people, guys that, look at, he's already got problems, and they're trying to recruit him and send him to the front line. Said, oh, well, maybe.
It's a lovely country.
Look at how desperate they are to get meat for the meat grinder. It's incredible. I think they left him. Look at that. Oh, well, he's not healthy enough. And these people that these where they go, you know, the what do you call them? Not the enlistment officers, but anyway, the people in charge of the training stations. They kick a lot of these people back because they said a lot of them are very weak, and they can't use them because they're worthless as soldiers. So you're going to get some guy that calls the ambulance and probably got some medical problems. Yes. Yeah.
I saw a video yesterday or today. They got female recruiters now.
Oh, really? Some guys probably want to come with them.
Yeah, there you go.
And now they're even talking about recruiting women. And matter of fact, yeah. Oh, I think the video you're talking about is this woman, and she's telling.
No, two women are harassing a guy trying to recruit him.
Oh, no. Yeah, the one I saw was a woman who apparently is in the military. She has her hair cut short, and she's trying to get other women to join and to also go fight at the front lines. So I don't know even what these other videos number.
Well, they want to try and even out the survivors. So it's 50-50 male and females, not too many females.
You might not want to play 8.1 because Indy's waiting to come on. 8.1 is just about it's about Orthodox Church, and it's Ben Swan, who's very good, but he's.
I'll play it.
Yeah, okay, if we have time. Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
2022, Ukraine's largest monastery, the one Lebed controls, the Kiev-Pechursk Lavra, was raided by the SBU. The secret police claimed that they searched the premises and they found evidence of Russian sympathies.
Oh,
Again,
no.
This is considered a crime in Zelensky's post-invasion totalitarian dystopia.
Я вам скажу, что люди боятся в него вступать, потому что они говорят, что ими сразу заинтересуется СБУ.
Lebed and Orthodox Church supporters say they're being scapegoated in the wake of anti-Russia hysteria that has taken over the country.
Мы абсолютно не имеем ничего общего с Москвой, кроме молитвенных отношений, так как и с Стамбулом, как с Американской православной церковью, Александрийской, Антиохийской, Иерусалимской.
After the November 2022 raid, Ukraine's government tried to shut down the 1,000-year-old monastery. The planned shutdown included the eviction of hundreds of priests and nuns who lived there. Metropolitan Pavel granted us an interview just 3 days before he was supposed to be expelled from his home.
35 лет в монастыре, 29 лет будет четверг, как я наместник Киево-Печерской лавры, поэтому мы ждем еще раз Божьей милости, ну и что все же таки президент услышит нас, потому что
The Kiev-Pechursk Lavra was founded in the year 1051. Kiev was the headquarters of the Russian Orthodox Church before the church's capital was moved to Moscow in 1686. From then on, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church had been under Moscow's jurisdiction.
Yeah, it's very easy to mix them up. You got to say the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, because if you say the Orthodox Church of Ukraine, that's the fake church that they started last year or a year or two ago. It's the heretic church or something. So you have to say Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Remember that.
Sounds like Scientology.
Yeah. They put it like that. And I think who started that church? One of them was Poroshenko, who was the first president who took over after the coup d'etat, after they overthrew the democratically elected government of Ukraine, and Mike Pompeo, who was head of the CIA. So this is a CIA-created church right now that they have in Ukraine. It's incredible, And we have another. This thing, I think it's a photo of number 9 is a.
Number 9.
Number nine? That's from the Beatles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
White Album.
I keep mixing that up with You Are Number 6. That's from The
Prisoner.
Prisoner, yeah. Okay. So look at this. This is what the funny part about this is the New York Times. Look at the New York, I've heard of that. The New York Times, and right over on the right it says, Ukrainians appear more open to a peace deal. And you can play, I could have put it up here, it would have been funny, right after this, and put this thing where Zelensky is saying that Russia is refusing a peace deal. So in other words, I say, well, what is what here, you know? Obviously it's, and you hear Putin and he's always saying, yes, so he is for a peace deal and all that sort of deal. And I'll tell you what, the bad thing about that is if Ukraine has decided, if they decide right now that they want peace, and of course Putin said they have to evacuate the remaining sections of those of Kherson and Zaporozhia, you know, those new regions, and Lugansk, of course, and you know, and Donetsk. So those new regions that are now part of Russia, and there's just some small portions. Already Russia has most all of it. But he didn't say anything about Nikolaev. He didn't say anything about Kharkiv or Odessa. And I think that could be real problems with the Russians if Ukraine had come out and said, okay, well, we want peace and we agree to those terms. And I think the Russian people would be really pissed off, because those are also, they belong to Russia as well, actually. Those are Russian people, as does Kiev. Kiev is actually a Russian city. It's not a Ukrainian city. Ukrainian city is something over there on the other side, west. And of course, you might even find that what really is Ukrainian, the Poles will say that's Polish. So then you can let them start fighting over that part, because I think Lviv is part of them. It was a beautiful town, Lvov.
It's Lvov.
Lvov or Lviv,
No, Lviv is Ukrainian. Lvov.
Oh,
is
okay,
Russian.
Lvov. Okay.
Let's have the right.
So look at how they're mixing me up. They're brainwashing me from Ukraine even.
See.
Lvov.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah, but it's actually beautiful. But unfortunately, that's a Banderite city, and I'll tell you what. A lot of those people now, they're rebelling against the Banderite ideology there, which is incredible. So,
did you see in Estonia the other day? They're celebrating the SS division.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, there's a memorial, like it looks like a headstone or something, or honoring people that died, Nazis that died fighting the Soviet Union.
Yes, in the SS division.
Incredible. Yeah. Now the next video is kind of important.
Tucker Carlson, there's no Nazis.
Yes, there's no Nazis. Yeah. 9.1 is a good video. This is one that a lot of people should like, it because it shows you right there. Because it's not about NATO. What Russia, you know, you have to hear the very beginning of it, and then the rest of it disproves. You know, Stoltenberg admits that it's about NATO expanding their borders, and Russia has always said, stop doing it, and of course, the United States basically flipped them the little finger and says, we're going to keep on expanding. So.
You going to read the subtitles?
No, I think it's in English.
Is it?
Yeah. We are not moving towards NATO, but NATO is moving towards us.
That doesn't sound like English to me.
Yeah, okay, this part is, they don't say it, okay. We are not moving towards NATO.
Just thought I'd mention it.
NATO is moving towards us, obviously. Everybody knows that. Therefore, saying that Russia is aggressively is at odds with common sense. Did we come to the border somewhere? NATO's infrastructure is coming towards us.
President Putin actually sent a draft treaty that he wanted NATO to sign to promise no more NATO enlargement. That was what he sent us, and that was a precondition for not invade Ukraine. Of course, we didn't.
So in other words, it was in their power
to prevent NATO,
to stop Putin.
More NATO close to its borders.
Flashback.
This is fundamentally not about NATO expansion.
It's never about NATO enlargement. It's not about NATO.
It's not about NATO expanding toward
lies.
This was never about NATO.
It's absolutely nothing to do with NATO expansionism.
And it has nothing to do with NATO.
This is not about NATO.
It's not about NATO.
It's not really about NATO.
This is not about NATO.
Seriously, it's not about NATO.
This was never about NATO.
It was never about NATO. Let's be honest.
This doesn't have anything to do with NATO.
Nothing to do with NATO at all.
Yeah, he's claiming it's like security purposes, but we can see the clear reason.
But NATO is not the reason.
This is not about NATO expansion.
That was Harry Potter.
This is about the democratic expansion.
Ukraine bans religious organizations.
We are protecting democracy right now.
Ukraine is banning political parties.
Because it's a democracy.
Ukraine restricts books and music.
It's about democracy.
Ukraine won't hold elections.
It's about democracy.
And it's not about NATO expansion.
This war in Ukraine is not about NATO.
It's not about NATO.
That's not about NATO.
It has nothing to do with NATO.
Nothing to do with NATO expansion.
It's not about NATO expansion.
Nothing to do with NATO.
It isn't really about NATO.
It's not about NATO.
It's not about NATO enlargement. In fact, it has nothing to do with NATO.
It's not about NATO encroaching.
It's not about NATO. NATO is just a fictitious, imaginary adversary for Mr. Putin and for
Imaginary.
It's never about NATO.
That's not what it's been about. It's been about him trying to expand his sphere of influence.
Hang on, I mean, the two are not mutually exclusive. Obviously, Russia has wished for a sphere of influence over Ukraine, but if the West had not challenged Russian interests so directly, I think that there was a chance to avoid this war.
He wanted us to sign a promise never to enlarge NATO. We rejected that.
The reason why Putin invaded Ukraine is because of his evil.
It's about that Putin wants to rebuild Soviet empire of evil, like President Reagan told.
It's about Putin being sick.
I don't know how you negotiate peace with a madman, but nobody negotiated with Hitler.
People are comparing him to Hitler.
And remember Hitler.
He's a Hitler.
We're back when the Nazis invaded Poland.
This is exactly the same. What Hitler was doing to Jews.
This is the same. Putin will not stop.
Putin is reminiscent of Hitler.
Hitler.
This reminds me of Hitler. Hitler.
He's the new Hitler.
Well, Hitler.
This is about a butcher trying to kill people everywhere in the world, just not
Everywhere in the
Ukraine,
world.
Syria, all over the place.
I hear you. Senator Lindsey Graham, always great to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Can you say projection? The word projection. It's the United States. It's NATO. Isn't that weird? You accuse your opponent or your enemy of what you actually are like. Isn't that incredible? That's projection. Wow.
Well, that's because Russia's behind the gender scandal at the Paris Olympics.
I heard that too. I heard that. You know?
It's on the
Yeah, look at this.
Associated
See?
Press.
Look at this. Voice of America, you got to trust them. Russia is behind the gender scandal. In other words, they're the ones, Russia is the ones. I mean, just forget the fact that Russia isn't even at the Olympics, because Putin knows how to control with, I think, what is it, some kind of with Wi-Fi or something? How does he do that?
I don't know.
Or maybe Bluetooth. He's got a long distance Bluetooth, and he can make all these people. So the transgender stuff. I think he's doing that in America too, right?
He's doing it via the cloud.
Oh, cloud. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of cloud, have you seen Kamala Harris's explanation of the cloud?
Oh!
Do you want to hear this?
Yeah, you were going to show me that. I want to see that.
Yes. So this is the this is a Democratic person going for the president.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? Okay, we're ready.
Here we go.
Here, ready. Here we go. Ready, go.
Oh, no audio.
Files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. Now, no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place.
Oh no!
There you go.
Oh no!
Did you know that the cloud's above you?
Gosh damn! Oh no! Oh no! Gosh dang! Wow! I'm confused now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh man. So in other words, we don't need Wi-Fi anymore because it's in this clouds up there, right?
It's in the cloud above you.
Really? So what do we use? A hose? Do we get a hose or
I don't know.
a ladder? A ladder.
No, it's Wi-Fi. It just comes down.
It just comes down.
It's coming down from the clouds.
You know, when you think about even radio frequencies, you know, can you imagine how difficult that was for people to even grasp that? You know, like you turn a radio on and it's not connected with any wires or nothing. You know, say you have a battery in it and there's somebody talking out of the box. I mean, it's like, what the heck?
It's magic.
Can you imagine you bring somebody up from 1700 and and you have this little, you know, radio, and there's voices coming out of this box. You think it's a witchcraft or something like that.
Imagine it's taking a cell phone back.
Yeah, but anyway, we can show you some of these people that Putin is controlling. I think it's in number 11 and 12.
This one.
Yeah, look at this. Look at Putin. Look, he's controlling this. I think in the red.
No, he's not controlling. He's just controlling the scandal.
Oh.
So here we go.
C'è tanta tensione.
Fight them. That's it. Because they're going to lose anyway, so they might as well just refuse.
Yeah, I know. Look at that man there. From Algeria. No breasts at all. The other one.
He grabs a breast too. Did you notice? Did you see that?
But can you imagine how that hurts a woman when you hit him in the breast? I mean,
Mike Tyson's offered to fight him.
I ended up having to fight a man.
And now the two men are fighting each other.
Okay.
Sorry, the two identified.
From the next one.
The two identified. No, for the gold.
Yeah.
The two identified women that are fighting each other.
The one that's in video number 12 here, right? So this is the winner. Is a Taiwanese man, right?
Again, it's a woman.
I mean, yeah, woman. A woman. I mean, a man. I mean,
stop misgendering them.
Identified. It's a. Oh, well, there's 72 genders. There's like trying to think of one of the other ones.
You should have a list in front of you if you're going to talk about it. Come on.
Yeah, true.
There we go.
Josh, look at slaughtering the woman. I mean, the other woman.
How sick you have to be to do that sort of thing? Just to beat women in the sport.
Jeez, I don't know. And then is it supposed to be proud?
Just remember on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be proud. She is supposed to be proud.
She is supposed to be proud.
Yeah, that she beat
another woman.
Another woman that yeah. Anyway, so whatever that's all about. Yeah, and yeah. So that lost to that was Uzbekistan. Believe it or not. No, that was what was it? Wait. What was Uzbek? Oh, yeah, the woman was from Uzbekistan. I mean, the one in the blue that had breasts. I mean, bigger breasts than the other woman that was that didn't have any. Yeah, okay.
Didn't have a vagina.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah,
you don't need a vagina to be a woman.
Yeah, we're all inclusive here. So we can talk now about the guy, the man.
Maybe that's what you should do. You can identify as a woman.
Yeah, maybe I get a job easier.
Not here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, number 13. We can get this. The guy without any pants on. I mean, he's the artistic director of all this stuff in the Olympics. So
why hasn't he got no pants on?
I don't know. It's maybe he.
Is that his sexy pose?
Maybe he wanted to invade Iraq. Like we didn't know why they invaded Iraq either. The United States. Gosh, look at this guy. Anyway, he's a homosexual.
A lovely person.
Yes, and his
everybody.
roots are from Israel, even though he's French Israeli sort of. And yeah, and we're all inclusive here. So, but anyway, I think he wants to sue people for not liking his work. Like the Last Supper, where Jesus is a heavy-set woman.
The heavy-set woman is also suing people for saying no.
That she's heavy-set.
Yes, saying bad things about her.
Yeah, that she's.
Good luck.
Yeah. Anyway, so I had some other videos. Like there's you put it on your site, and I took it, and it's number 14, and this is very scary. Very scary.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah. Oh, obviously I did. I posted it.
Yeah, you must have seen it.
It was a stupid statement.
Yeah, but it's like looking at this and I'm saying, well, dang, you know, because normally, remember when Reagan, he had to get like some authorization from Congress before he did any kind of these what do you call them, military operations sort of things, bombing some country or whatever, Grenada, or you know, any of those people. And remember, it was a little bit difficult, or you know. But look at this, and people probably don't know this, but this, look at it, it's already approved to bomb Iran. The United States, and you're looking at it right there, already has authorization to fight bomb Iran. It's incredible.
Just because they're developing more nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
Iran should just buy them off North Korea and Pakistan straight away.
I tell you what, if I were Iran, that's what I would do,
Yeah.
because you probably would get left alone then.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've been offered nuclear weapons. I think from Pakistan. I believe.
Pakistan's offered any Islamic country them.
Oh yeah. And this is another video here. This is this number 15. These are just honorable mention sort of deals here, and this is somewhere in Israel. I mean, in Palestine, or where Israel is pushing the borders, and it's it's quite sad. I'll tell you about it right now. This woman, they've got authorization.
She's a Christian.
Probably.
No, she is. She's a Christian.
Yeah. Oh, you already know about this video.
Yeah, she's a Christian.
But they have authorization from the Israeli government to own that land, and it's for agriculture. But look at what happens.
Yeah, they kicked her family out, and it's just she's a Christian family.
And she's asking, help.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful Palestinian girl.
Registration is official from Asion, okay, and in the court, the judge said it's official. It came from Asion itself. Okay, this proof that this is our land, because here it's our agriculture. They don't have
probably
tabo,
been living there for hundreds of years.
For
family,
we can apply for tabo. They don't have tabo. They don't have the land registration. So we ask for all three people to come and watch. What are these people? They are now sitting on our table in our land. They are eating like there is nothing, without dignity. And I'm requesting for every human and advocate to come and help us and stand with us. Thank you.
This whole fence wasn't here yesterday. They broke the original fence and built a new one in order to take ownership.
These are Israeli settlers on their table there, you see? Stealing their land. Wow.
So these are the settlers that yesterday came here into this land to evict the family, and they were given 24 hours in this land.
So then the military comes and takes the sides of the settlers. Wow. That's terrible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a lot of time Israel's saying, oh, these people, we bulldozed their houses down because they didn't have permits, even though the houses maybe been there for 40 or 50 years, and they won't give them permits. So then they bulldoze the Palestinians' homes down. And then even in or in Jerusalem, the part that was supposed to be Palestinian, what they do, like in a lot of those buildings, like in apartment buildings, because you hear about this a lot of the time. And I remember hearing this, an Israeli will live next door, even in an apartment. So the Israeli has one apartment. There's a wall between you and
that. Is this where they put a hole in and just take it?
Yeah. What they do is they knock down the wall. They put a hole in the wall. They go into the Palestinians' apartment and sit on the couch and tell them to leave because it's now their apartment. So. And that's been happening hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And of course, the government of Israel backs them up, and that's how they just start kicking the Palestinians out. I mean, it's really terrible hearing about all of this stuff. Just so everybody out there knows, if you haven't already heard all this stuff.
Mm.
So, anyhow, and another one. Let's get on to something little different. If you look really close at this thing, I'm not saying. I mean, look at Kamala Harris's neck. It's like she's had like weird. It's not like somebody tried to, strangle her with a wire, or something like that. But she got like two lines that go all the way around her neck. I just wonder if that's like, what is it, facelift, or maybe I can do that and get rid of some of this stuff on my neck. How old is she anyway?
I don't know. Maybe it's rough 6.
Because, like Nancy Pelosi has had huge cosmetic surgery done on her. She's like, I don't know what she is, 150 years old or something like that. I don't know. They took her out of a coffin or something, and from Count Dracula. But
59.
59. So she looks a little younger than you. She's almost about your age. She's been going to see some kind of a doctor very regularly. Apparently, To me, when I look at her, I think she looks like she's in her 40s, like maybe early 40s. But Trump, he looks good. What is he, 77 or something? And he probably hasn't. Look at him. He looks like he's never had any kind of surgery or nothing. Just lives a clean life or something, and
not like Biden. Never
had to work real hard. I mean, physically out, except playing golf. Yeah, and Biden mostly it's something else gone. It's not his face or something. But obviously you see old pictures or film footage of Biden, and he has more hair on his head now than he did when he was like 50 years old. I wonder how that could be. I wish I could figure that one out. But that's all I have, and I hope Indy's still on, and we can talk for a while about the stuff that's going on in the UK.
No, I don't know where it is, but I've got some stuff.
Yeah,
I have some stuff. Have you seen the new drone from China?
Oh wow, yeah,
this one?
Yeah.
Watch this.
观察。匿名队员呢，现在释放的一个仿生鸟，它的作用是，现在呢看到的是一个仿生鸟在空中呢进行对我们前方的区域。
Look at that.
它仿生鸟的特点呢和真的。
Wow. Very difficult to tell that it's the drone.
Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly, the United States has got drones, supposedly, or can make drones the size of mosquitoes.
Come on.
Yeah, have you heard that? Yeah, you can find that. You can find that on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, what are they going to do for power?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering. I'm saying the United States is claiming that, and I'm saying, what the heck? And like they could, like a fly on the wall, they can go in and.
Yeah, they've always said that bullshit.
Yeah.
And this guy, what's his name? I can't remember now, but this is Belarusian. He won gold trampolining. This is his second gold. He won in Tokyo, the first one.
But of course,
he had to wear neutral colors, and his winning anthem was the Olympic anthem.
Yeah.
Because they're not allowed to be Belarusians.
Yeah, because Lukashenko. I mean, look at all these countries he's invaded. There's because
there's a huge list.
Yeah, big list, and it's like let me think. Yeah, well, yeah, and then there's where else, and all these bad things, and what he's doing to children, and doing to women, and isn't that incredible?
Yeah,
it's like, what do they use against? What do they say about? Oh, he's friends with Russia, so
that's it.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that incredible? And that, look at, but see, they're going after now Orban and Fico from Slovakia.
Ukraine cut the oil off.
Yeah, and they're finding out that it was in collaboration with the EU.
Yeah, very democratic, the EU.
Incredible. And then you have Croatia stepping up and saying, we can send them oil. We can send them some oil to replace that oil. And then the foreign minister.
But at a higher price, of course.
Yeah, 4 times. I think it was 4 times more. And Ukraine kept raising the price. They kept raising the transit fees.
Yeah,
they tripled it or something on since the military operation on Hungary and all that. So they were getting huge money. And you would think that Ukraine would say, well, dang, we're getting a lot of money. Maybe we just keep this up. I'll tell you, they might open it up again, maybe in the wintertime, because they're going to be a huge amount of money, because Hungary and Slovakia are going to need a lot of that oil. And then I think it was some minister of Ukraine coming out and saying, we never did it. We didn't cut off the oil. We didn't turn it off.
Of course not.
I can't, who is this guy? Some Umar, I think he's a funny looking guy that wears brown t-shirts. I think he's that guy that was doing sex things over the internet.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy?
Yeah.
I think he's the guy that's coming out and saying, no, we never shut off any oil pipes.
Of course not.
The Druzhba.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay, next video is Mount Etna has been erupting, and if you have a look at this video, there she blows.
Yeah.
Shutting down the airport around there. When these things blow, they put huge amounts of water vapor into the atmosphere, and that warms things up.
Yeah.
That the last one in was it Tonga or something that changed the climate.
Well, I was there in 2021 when the one in St. Vincent blew off. Got a lot of photos too, little things, but it's you look at it and you think it should be like but when you have your camera and you have the video turned on, it's like it's hardly even moving at all. It's really strange. So, and I didn't have really that great of a camera, but I think I used my cell phone anyway. I have good optics on my cell phone. So
do you want to play these things that have been happening in the UK, these protests, or do you want to cut off YouTube first? Because they'll probably put a +18, or maybe they won't. What do you think?
Well,
they're on YouTube now.
You wouldn't have any blood or nothing like that.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there's anything that shows anything. But yeah, also everybody should know that Elon Musk, is saying, oh, he predicts civil war in the UK, but it's actually, in a way, it is already a civil war.
Yeah,
It makes you wonder: are we going to go slowly into like civil war type things? Yeah. I think he had maybe one with a lot more talk on it, but maybe not. Maybe they added some more later or something. But anyway.
Okay, let's do that. So, for those who don't know, over the last let's say several days, there's been protests.
Yeah, even from our last
video
thing.
There's been protests in different cities and towns across the UK. So we've got some videos from them.
From that what sparked it off was that 17-year-old migrant in
well,
Southport,
they said he's
right?
17. He wasn't 17. Come on.
Well, yeah, maybe right. He's not.
They're putting reports on him. He's like, oh, he's a lovely boy.
He's probably 35 or something, right? He's probably got beard and everything, right?
Yeah, well, anyway. And they killed those 3 girls, and of course people are upset, and there's more immigrants coming
Stabbed
in.
Him.
And things are getting worse.
He killed 3 and he stabbed a whole bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
Including adults.
Yeah.
That were trying to stop him.
Yeah. Because he's got mental health issues.
Also, he should be let go.
Oh, here he is.
Oh.
I've been here the whole time. That's what they're going to put it down to. Now I'm going to read you something. Yeah.
You see, he was hiding in the internet.
He's hiding.
I'm always hiding, mate. That's how you get a decent.
So this is from London, everybody. So
Indie media, right?
That's me. Right, I'm going to read you something here that was posted online by by a police officer.
Can you get louder or?
No.
Is ours down?
No.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Just shout.
Right. It says, my old section on basically yesterday. Offender is Cardiff-born from Rwanda. Parents who came to the UK after the genocide. There in 94. Moved to Southport at the age of 7 or 8. Basically this guy, he got taken out of school. He got expelled from school for carrying a knife. And about 3 or 4 days, maybe a bit longer before this incident happened, he was heard walking around saying, "This country needs genocide, like Rwanda." He was actually heard saying that. Now you've seen all the pictures of him in the news, but you haven't seen a proper picture of him now. All you've seen is caricatures drawn by the person that sits in the court that does the drawings.
Mm-hmm.
We've not seen his face. We don't know what he looks like, and people are cheesed off of it because the mainstream media are withholding certain stuff.
Yeah. You're right.
I know I'm right. I've been sat for the last 2 days watching everything that's been going on 4 or 5 live streams. Like that's had like 3 or 4 on it. The one there's had 3 or 4 on it, and my tablet there's had 3 or 4 on it. So I've been watching multiple live streams, and I've been watching it escalate in Liverpool, Nottingham, all over the UK. And it's getting really bad. Like yesterday. Where were we?
Nobody online posted a picture of this guy that you could find, even, huh?
Nope. In Stockport, people got attacked. 2 guys got smashed in the head with a hammer.
Wow.
One was left for dead on the floor. 15-year-old stabbed in the throat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting bad. Like at the moment, I'm watching live protests. There's a migrant hotel in Rotherham. They've gone there and smashed the whole bottom floor through. But all the guys that are living there, all the illegal immigrants, are sitting upstairs with big fucking iron bars waiting for it to kick off. Starmer's been on and gone, oh, well, they're scared for their lives. Well, with everything that's gone on, do you really think people to be all right about it?
It's just incredible, these terrible government policies, through the Soros, the Open Society Foundation stuff, Jeez.
It's going crazy. I'll tell you something now. Elon Musk is heading towards it. Well, it's inevitable. People are fed up with the government and the way they're being treated, because it feels like, being a British citizen, an English citizen myself, it feels like the government's turned on us. It doesn't matter about what we think or what we say. It's not getting across to them. They don't care. They've got one agenda in mind, and it should be this country.
So this is the hotel he was speaking about. We'll just have a quick.
Yeah, I even remember in Germany, you know, there's, I mean, even in the 1990s, the early 1990s, people were so pissed off about all these refugees and people come in and they get nice apartments and everything, don't have to work. As a matter of fact, they're probably not even allowed to work. And they're just sitting there, you know, and getting lots of, you know, getting money and clothes, and not lots of money, but they're getting, all their needs are taken care of, you know.
If you look at them over here, and I'm being honest, most of them are riding around on electric bikes that cost over £1,000. They've all got top phones. They've all got the best trainers, and they've just jumped on a boat with all their stuff. They've discarded their passport and any documentations that can be linked to them in the water, but they've got £150 pair of trainers on, £1,000 worth of phone. Where are they getting it from? They didn't have it when they came into the country.
Wow, I wonder if I can somehow do myself up a little bit and look like I'm some kind of a.
I've got some black boot polish.
Some shoe polish.
Look,
you got some
I was
good
going
stuff.
I was going to say, like, let's make England great again, but it's the wrong person. Do you know what I mean?
What? What's that?
Trump.
Oh,
make England great again.
Oh,
yeah.
Does that say that? Making England great again?
No, it says "Make America Great Again" on his hat.
You should get one. Get one that said get one made. It says "Make England Great Again." Wow.
No, mate, I'd be a legitimate target then.
Yeah, that's.
So it wouldn't be MAGA, it'd be mega.
I would have a big, massive crosshair on my back, mate, that you'd be able to hit from 1,000 miles, mate.
Anyway, here's this video of the hotel he was talking about. Let's just watch this.
Yep.
What's this? Girls out there.
Holy shit.
Good video.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Crazy, mate.
Wait a minute. Those are Muslims doing this, or were they?
No.
These are British, English.
Oh, and the hotel is where they're putting migrants, right?
Yep. Exactly where they're doing it.
Yeah.
Here's another one from the hotel.
Oh shit, man, they're in. They're in. Oh wow.
Where are you bastards?
Wow.
The others were upstairs as well.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure I would be displeased with those migrants obviously staying in the hotel, but the main fault of it, of course, is obviously the government, you know, for coming up with these crappy policies that, you know.
Yeah, but they're always going to have these crappy policies that are going to downlook us as second-class citizens in our own country.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case. You know, there's people lying on the pavements, yeah, and there's people being put up in places, and literally they've been in the country for a few hours, and there's people that are living on the streets that shouldn't even be there, like vets and people that have served their country, and they're being left to rot and die on the streets. That's wrong, mate. Charity begins at home.
And this is from Liverpool.
Yeah, I saw the ones with the burning cars. I saw them that I think there was migrants in a car and they stopped it, and some people were trying to push the doors off. I don't know. I thought it was easier. I never tried to break a door off of a car, but anyway, you guys couldn't do it. But they smashed the windshield, and then I think the video I saw later was that same car turned upside down and on fire. I don't know.
Here's another one.
Jeez. This is a promotion video. Join the Met. A recruitment video to join the Metropolitan Police, right? It looks like Paris. Yeah. Makes you wonder. You see these videos, they don't show those to people in the West. And then whenever there's anything going on in Belarus, you know, it's going to make it prime time on the news and everybody's going to see it or something. When we ever have protests here once every 5 years or something. But they're constant over there.
You noticed as well that the murderer that killed them 3 girls, the only pictures they've put out of him is when he was like in school, so like early teenage years. You've not got a photograph of him as he is now. And he got expelled from school for taking in a knife, and there's a picture of him saying, legend, expelled from school for carrying a knife. Oh man.
Okay, here's another city, Stoke.
I hope they haven't killed him.
Killed him? What?
This is a fucking joke. Oh, there's another guy that I don't want to get him on camera. He's pissing with blood. The other guy's in a bad, bad way.
Oh man.
Just after they got attacked.
Why aren't they getting after them?
Because they won't. They don't want us.
Police.
This isn't two-tier policing, then I don't know what is.
They think because we're white, they're far right. Yeah, that's what they think. Because we're white.
Because you're white, you're far right.
Racist against us, that is.
Hmm.
Eh?
Now he's done that to us.
No, they've just hit the Muslims. They've just whacked him, I think. And they haven't even gone after him. Just let him go.
Someone dead and somebody
Mate,
is.
I'm keeping
No,
you
he's
off
not
camera.
dead, I don't think. He got a serious
What did they do to you? Just tell me.
Oh.
You are? A hammer. Did he hit him with a hammer?
And have brain damage,
Yeah,
probably,
sit
huh?
down, mate.
Wow.
You need to sit down, bud. Yeah, you need to sit down, mate.
I'm really sorry for shouting before.
Yes, sorry.
This is too much for me, this. I've come all the way from Manchester, right? They had it locked down, and no blame on you, but this is bad.
No. Have they hit him with an hammer?
See if that was me running about with a hammer and I hit someone.
What, they've hit him with a WhatsApp?
Be on me.
Exactly.
They would chase me down the road, 50, 60 of them. The people in that video actually told the police that they were coming over. They said, look, they're coming over, they've got weapons. They see the hammers and machetes and knives that they had before they returned. The police just stood there and looked at them and let them do what they were doing and then run off.
Yeah, it's like some of those protests in the States. So depending on what you are, if you're Black Lives Matter, I guess they didn't do anything to anybody, you know. And then that's why they had so many black people killed by Black Lives Matter. Oh, this is the one, yeah. There was one other video. I think it was the same car, and they're smashing the windshields and stuff.
I thought that car was a BMW.
Yeah, I didn't look so close. It's just that same color as a small silver car.
It looks like a soft top anyway now. This is still ongoing.
Boy, Paris. But that's happening in many, many cities in the UK, right?
Yep, Liverpool, Nottingham, London,
Cork.
all over.
A place called Cork, I saw.
No, Cork's in Ireland.
Cork's in Ireland, yeah. It's been happening over in Ireland as well, though.
Yeah,
So
this
is something...
this one's from Bolton, another city in the UK. Behind that police is all the opposition, the Muslims and the immigrants.
I'm going to say something now. I've seen something today and yesterday and the last couple of days that I have never seen. So, loyalists, nationalists, and Republicans are not meant to get on over in Ireland. They've been pulling together to fight against this. Now, usually, loyalists and Republicans in Ireland do not get on. They want to kill each other, but they've actually joined hands now and they've started. You know, we're sick of this. We want this to stop, so we're going to join forces and do something about it. And they're all in Belfast yesterday, giving it.
Jeez.
Here's another video. This is apparently an Islamic crowd.
Yeah, this is the EDM.
Islamic
Sorry,
Defense
the
League.
MDL. Yeah, that's exactly who it is.
Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, like I said, I personally, you know, you know, most of these individual people, sure, there's going to be some bad ones in there, some real bad ones, but the main perpetrator is the government and these stupid policies. And who's the one that's pushing this? It's like the foundation, Soros group, and all of this. And you're like, what the heck? Why do they do this? I mean, they want to destroy everybody's identity so nobody knows who they are. And
The British government, that's who's doing it.
yeah, but they're doing it in Germany and so many other places as well. You know.
Yeah. This is in Sunderland. Police looking for those that were protesting.
I'll tell that fuck off.
They're going after people that were protesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
They kick my door through like that, and I'll be going straight out the door after. No warrant, nothing. They should be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. No warrant.
Yeah, and it's like they suspect this person. I mean, look at that.
Suspect a woman.
And that she was protesting. So what did she do, I wonder? I mean, did they have a court trial already and she did something? Or?
What they're going to be doing in the next week or 2 weeks or so is they're going to be going through serious amounts of video footage. And anybody that they don't like or is a known criminal, they're going to go and pick them up.
Yeah. Well, think of that woman's door. What if she has a kid or whatever? Anyway, what if she lives there alone? Oh, so they go and arrest her, and then her place is left open the whole time. Anybody can go in there and steal her blind.
Right,
Yeah.
so if they've got a legitimate reason for arresting her and she gets charged, she could lose her house. But if she gets taken to the police station, they find nothing wrong, they'll send someone out to actually fix her door. That'd be while she's in custody, so they'll arrange for that. But they'll probably leave someone sat outside her house, or someone that's going to keep an eye on it. They'll ask one of the neighbours, say, look, we had to kick in her door, can you please keep an eye on the property? But usually they call someone in from the council, or they'd have a council person on standby that come and do the locks or the doors, or whatever he's doing.
Oh, and you guys got to pay tax to pay those person's salaries or something, probably.
Yep.
After they broke the door down. I mean, well, anyway, she was in there and she wouldn't open up. I tell you, please come to my door. I guess I'd open it up, of course. You have no other choice.
I would as well, but I'd open my mouth up as well. They would
Definitely, yeah. I would open up and I would let them know I'm inside. Say, hey, stop pounding on my door. Well, that one wasn't so bad, but anyway.
I probably didn't give it much of a chance.
She might have been in the bathtub.
Yeah, I got one more video for tonight.
Okay.
It's a naked one for you.
Oh, gosh.
But should we play this on YouTube?
I don't know. I've never seen the video. Gosh, but it'd be weird to go to Rumble just for
one video.
For one video, but
let's play it.
Well, we could
roll the dice.
We could even just cut it off and tell everybody if they want to see the last 1 minute, they have to go to Rumble.
Fuck that.
page.
The OnlyFans page, yeah. Go to my OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
So this is from your country.
Mine?
Germany.
Oh, Deutschland.
Yes.
Über alles.
Okay, so people look outside, nice day, having a beer, and this lovely future scientist and lawyer comes past. It's got no clothes on.
Good. I can't even understand what he's saying.
He must do some good stuff to be dressed like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Did you see that one of that woman in the airport?
What do you mean? I don't think I saw anyone at the airport lately.
She was at an airport, and give me a second, I'll get the video where she was half naked and asking for sex in the arrivals, passport control.
In Belarus?
No,
Just kidding.
not here. You won't see that in Belarus.
Yeah.
Let me try and find it while you guys are chatting here.
You might do if that woman gets into power.
Yeah, exactly. If you had a look at what she said actually that she wants all that sort of stuff in here.
You know, I've been watching this stuff with Kamala Harris, and like I don't know where her office is, but she's like having people weird, like some guy looks like he's about 6'6". I mean, in women's clothes and high heels and a mustache, and you know, acting like a different gender, and jeez. And then
Boy, that's Biden's weekend dress. What are you on about?
yeah, I thought maybe that is Biden. And then they had some promotion video with, I think, some transgenders dancing around, and I can't remember what they were saying. I just saw it on the way over here. Maybe it's kind of new, or somebody posted it up newly, and I don't know. There's some weird stuff. And then people, I think it was somebody on Tucker Carlson. I just saw the little promotion, what is it, a teaser or something, and somebody saying that they shouldn't underestimate that she might actually win.
Yeah, and the betting in America's gone in her favor.
Really? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you know, there's a little thing called cheating. And I tell you what, if you don't think that they cheat on the vote in America in a big way, then I'll find something to sell you. Jeez.
A manky sock.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned it even on our live stream before, you know, what these people that said they voted 8 times for Hillary, and they ferry them around on buses to various stations back in those days. I mean, when Hillary was running, and you know, they all voted 8 times. And
well, speaking of that, do you see what Cher said? You know, Cher, the singer.
Yeah, she said before the similar thing.
She's going to blow her brains out.
Yeah, she said she's going to move out of the country. I think last time if Donald Trump wins, she never did. I don't think.
No, it says she's not going to blow her brains out this time.
No.
You sure?
I'm positive she's not.
Okay.
You know, with my crystal ball, I don't even have it, but I remember last time I was looking, and will Cher blow her brains out, and she said no. So. You know, you can ask Sonny if he had his. Well, we can't talk about that on YouTube, but anyway, if Cher was doing, I mean, but she won't blow her brains out.
Okay. Mate, if brains were dynamite, she wouldn't have enough to blow her nose, mate.
Yeah.
None of them would.
Yeah, sure. Very aggressive.
Okay, this will probably get us a plus.
Ambitious.
This will probably get us a plus 18 on the YouTube. So here we go. So this is in an airport. I'm not sure which airport, but they're speaking English. So
Angliski.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
My stomach's just turned all of a sudden.
What?
She's trying to grab his genitalia.
Yeah, she's trying to have sex.
Too much Viagra, that.
Wow. Jeez.
It's sort of sad. These people are now going crazy.
You probably find someone in that airport who would facilitate it. You know what I mean?
It's sort of sad.
I should wonder, damn, what? Oh boy, mental problem, people. I tell you, it's very
the vaccine.
Shocking.
The vaccine which is a wonderful thing.
The world's gone back crap crazy, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, looks like it. And of course, that's the end of the show. I've got nothing. You've got nothing. Anybody else got anything?
Anybody out there? Anybody
out there want to say something?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No one.
Next week's winning lottery numbers?
No, probably not. I've got. Maybe we can try. What day is it? Sunday. Maybe we can try Wednesday. We can have phone-ins. We'll have a phone number for us, Australia, US, and the UK, and you'll be able to phone in. And,
Well, I'll be ringing up asking for a pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for a pizza.
But the calls will be vetted before we go live. Yes. So.
But I tell you what, one thing we didn't talk about. I do have one thing. They had this pledge from Iran, and
isn't it starting tomorrow?
And I think the time, they said after a certain amount of time. And I tell you what, it's very likely that something could happen tonight. Before the morning, you might see some sort of retaliation from Iran.
Are we coming back in, or we're just
Israel? Yeah, of course. You'd have to do some live stream. I'd probably be in bed, and jeez, but I don't know. A lot of people are. Did we talk about that? They're predicting maybe there's not going to be anything substantial like the last time.
Well, people are saying it's going to. They say they say there's just going to be the same as last time.
But the deal is, if you look at all these resources the United States is sending there, and you know,
F-22s arrived today.
F-22s even.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
F-22s.
I heard there's
12
15 Apaches. I mentioned
12 more ships.
Yeah, and I think they're replacing whatever the Eisenhower with the Abraham Lincoln
And they got
aircraft carrier. That general,
some of the Arab countries to help shoot down the missiles.
That special forces general to take Schwarzkopf's. To take the role of Schwarzkopf, and when they had to lead up to that Desert Storm. So it's like, I'll tell you what, and they're trying to make everybody think that Joe Biden is trying to calm it all down and de-escalate. But then why are they sending all of these weapons? And of course, they already chose sides. And then whenever there's anything that looks like it might have possibly happened to Israel, then it's like, oh, Israel has a right to defend themselves. But I guess Iran doesn't. Israel attacked Iran. They blew up that guy. I don't know. Probably other people got killed too. And how many times have they done that? They've bombed and they killed scientists in there in Iran and bombing all kinds of countries. But no other country has a right to defend themselves in the Middle East except for Israel.
Exactly. So before we go, Andy, thanks for coming on and telling us what's going on.
Cool.
Welcome anytime.
Yeah.
So goodbye to you.
And goodbye from him.
Okay, I will leave. I know when I'm being kicked off.
Yes. Go away.
Go away.
See ya.
Bye, Andy.
See ya. Bye.
So it's just us.
Yeah. So.
Hang on. I'll make sure he's gone. Kick him out.
Get him out. Because we're going to be talking about him when he's gone.
Yes. He's gone.
Okay. Now.
So anyway, that's the end of the show. Everybody, thanks. It's we just did slightly over 2 hours. Thanks for everybody. Share the video. I always forget what to say. What do you say?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
That's more important.
Especially our Rumble channel.
Like.
Yeah. Love the channel.
Yeah.
And we'll be back on Wednesday for number 68.
68.
With a guest, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have someone's visiting Minsk since the 90s. So they'll
haven't been back since the 90s, right?
Yes. This is if they well, they're supposed to come across the border today or tomorrow, something like that. And they'll be here until Friday. And we're going to meet them for lunch on Wednesday, and then hopefully he will maybe
have time for the show even.
Maybe. Yeah, come to the show and tell us what he sees the difference.
His impressions of what it was, comparison from then to now. I already gave mine, and I'm sure his is going to be more shocking.
Well, I've been coming here since 2008, and I've seen a huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge, massive difference.
From 2008, huh? Well, it's mine is much bigger because I was here in 2001, and it's like what? It's like a completely different country, of course.
Yeah. Well, I lived here for 8 months.
Now,
2008. No, 2008.
Oh, no, I would only come for a visit. I came for some days or something then.
Yeah. You were looking for a mail order bride?
Yeah.
Did you get one?
To meet one personally, a mail order one. Yeah.
She's listening now. This is strike 2.
Yeah.
Strike 2.
Yeah.
We're joking.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks,
See
everyone.
you Wednesday. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, where's the ending bit? This is the ending bit.
Oh.